looking at the next team, the Indiana Pacers. Um, what do you make of what Indiana has done so far this offseason? Because it's not a lot, but it's important.
Yeah, I mean, you trade away a lot for Wiseman. You trade away a lot for Siakam. The
Yeah.
Kings were in on that, and there was smoke at the time that Siakam said I wouldn't re-sign in Sacramento. He ultimately gets moved to the Pacers, and I said at the time, well, the Pacers have probably already agreed to the extension.
Yep.
Can't sign it yet, but it's probably on paper. That happened very, very quickly. I love Obi Toppin. I wanted
Yeah.
Obi Toppin in Sacramento, just like every other good free agent. So I think that's a good move. And the James Wiseman thing, young players, young big men especially, can take anywhere from 3 to 5 years to develop. A lot of times you look back on these drafts and they don't mean anything until 3 to 5 years after the draft happens. Tyreek
Yep.
Evans won Rookie of the year that him and Steph came out. We saw how that worked out. So these Wiseman still might have something to contribute to this roster. I don't think it competes with the Knicks. I don't think it competes with the Celtics, obviously, no matter how much,
Philly.
Tyrese Halliburton wants to get into a WWE ring and pretend that he's going to hit Brunson in the head with some brass knucks. No matter how much that happens, I don't think that this moves the needle for them. But it's the Pacers, man. If you're talking about competing for the 4th and 5th seed and trying to get to the Eastern Conference Finals every year, that's fine.
Yeah.
Indiana, the Pacers ain't winning a championship.
Not anytime soon, at least.
Not with the way Tyrese plays defense, but that's fine. That's okay. Like we can't all win championships. Only one team can win the championship.
And it's funny because you say that, but then you've also mentioned how it's you said in the past, like, man, it's weird how Tyrese isn't a better defender for how like lengthy and long he is, and you would feel like he'd be a much better defender. He's just not. So, maybe he can get with someone this offseason, or maybe he already is, to try to maybe develop that in the coming seasons. It's becoming more and more of a regular thing for current NBA stars to get together and develop skills. And, we saw it last year, right? I mean, De'Aaron Fox and Steph, you told me that De'Aaron worked with Steph this last offseason, and, you saw his 3-point percentage rise a little bit and the amount of threes that he was taking per game, and he looked a lot better. So it's more common. So maybe Tyrese can get with somebody who has similar type length and knows how to use the same type of body to become a better defender.
You have to in the depths of your soul want to be an elite level defender. And I don't think that's something there. You can teach. Getting better at your free throw percentage, getting better at 3-point percentage, developing a post move. You could do all that in an off season, but just becoming a plus level defender, that's things that certain players take an immense pride in, and a lot of players don't. So the Pacers, they're missing a piece for, oh shit, they're going to the Eastern Conference Finals. They'll be in the Eastern Conference Finals. They're missing a piece for us to say that. I don't know what that piece is. You got a point guard, you got a small forward,
and you have young talent all around you.
You do. I mean, along with your Mathurin is nice.
Your Miles Turner's still over there, and it's just
Miles Turner's okay.
You have pieces there. I gave them a B for what they've done so far, just bringing back the players that they have, between Pascal and Obi. Obi being able to actually carve out a role in Indiana when he was ridiculed and hated and shunned and turned away in New York. Once again, another East Coast team that can't appreciate anything that they have, a la Philly and New York. So same old with those guys up there. But yeah, so I like what they've done.
If the Pacers, now this trade would never happen in a million years, but if you woke up tomorrow and the Pacers had all their young talent they have now with the big three of Tyrese, Pascal Siakam, and Kristaps, that would interest the hell out of me. Mm-hmm. I'm not a super big Miles Turner guy. I mean, shit, to be honest with you, if it was Tyrese, Pascal, and Sabonis, that would be interesting as hell to me. There's not any defense there, but
it's scary though.
That's a passing mecca of basketball with Tyrese and Sabonis, which is, believe it or not, what the Kings wanted to do. They wanted to move Fox for Sabonis, and the Pacers like, no. We want Tyrese. So they're just missing a piece.
It would have been fun to see them get a guy like Isaiah Hartenstein, because because of any of the scoring or anything, but the defense. And they got abused on the glass, especially in the playoffs. You saw with the Celtics, they just They just beat the shit out of them, whether it was Tatum or Brown or KP or who. No, KP didn't play that series, but Al Horford or Cornette, like they just got beat up on the glass night in and night out, and it happened throughout the season as well. So it would have been very interesting to see them get a guy like that specifically just for the defensive glass, especially coming off the bench. You think about their bench players. Who are they? They're guards and they're wings. You don't think of their bench players as being good centers, good big men. So it's something that they're definitely missing, and they're hoping to maybe fill those shoes eventually. So again, Indiana Pacers, they get a B for us.